The electric bike industry in the US is booming, a $2 billion market growing faster than the US GDP. Today, we're taking you inside one of the fastest emerging brands, redefining how we ride, commute, and experience urban mobility.
The e-bike industry in the US is about a $2 billion industry. The e-bike industry is growing at 5 times the growth rate of the US GDP. We're here in Alexandria, Virginia, with the founder of Strictly e-bikes, one of the most fast emerging brands you're going to see in the franchise industry. Asif, it's a pleasure to meet with you, and we're excited to be here in your store and to tell your story and learn more about the brand and the vision here.
Location can define the success of a business, and this one changed everything.
So one day I was driving by here and I saw this place was empty and it said for lease on it.
Yeah.
So I called them up and the agent was super helpful. She showed me the store right away. And it turned out to be a gold mine, this location, because there's so much foot traffic here and so much car traffic.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you're right here, right off the main road, and this is your first location, Strictly e-bikes?
Yeah, we're 3 blocks from the river on the Mount
Amazing.
Vernon Trail, one of the top 10 trails in the country for urban trails.
Incredible.
This isn't your typical bike store. It's built around one clear focus: electric bikes.
So we only focus on e-bikes. Unlike other shops where they're working on regular bikes and they have a small section for electric bikes, all we do is just focus on electric bikes. We don't work on scooters, no analog bikes, no electric dirt bikes, just electric bikes.
Buying a bike here isn't just a transaction. It's an experience designed around the rider.
It's completely different than the online experience. You can actually come in here and learn about different bikes, the different classes of bikes, the different styles, the geometry of the frames. We'll answer all your questions, let you test ride the bikes outside, go try them out. And if you like it, you can take it home right now with you. It's ready to go. And if you need service on it, our after-sales support is unrivaled. It's nothing like the online experience. You talk to a live person every time, possibly the same person that you bought the bike from, and whatever you need, whether it's a warranty issue or it's a flat tire, we'll be there for you.
Amazing. So you can come here to the retail outlet, look at the bikes, test drive them, even purchase it on the spot, and then come back for any service or maintenance needs that you need as well.
Exactly.
From commuters to adventurers, there's something for everyone. Every bike serves a different purpose.
It's a small shop, but we got a lot of bikes packed in here. And we have them arranged according to the rider. So these are right here like our cargo bikes where parents might want to take their kids to school, or somebody who lives in an area like this wants to get groceries and not drive their car. We also have folding bikes, and these 20-inch tires are perfect for shorter people of smaller stature. So folding bikes are appealing to people who take public transportation because they can ride their bike from their home to the metro or to a bus stop and jump on the metro and go to wherever they want to go, jump off, and then ride to their final destination. Right behind you, we have all these comfort cruisers. They have front suspension and racks and fenders with curved back handlebars for comfortable riding postures. We have all these all-terrain bikes right over here. These are really popular for guys who want to ride it on the beach or in the snow or go into a wooded trail, things like that. We also have these bikes right here that are lightweight bikes that are more like a bike-like experience. They have smaller motors and smaller batteries and smaller frames, so the look and the feel of the bike is more like a regular bike. We have the lightweight cruisers right here. It's similar to the comfort cruisers, but they're about 15 to 20 pounds lighter. They don't have front suspension, they don't have racks and fenders. The reason they do that is to keep the bike as light as possible, because one of the main concerns is the weight of the electric bike, especially if you need to carry it upstairs or anything like that.
So there's all these different use cases, everything from the cargo, transportation, enthusiast, as well as just basic recreation. It's got so many different formats within it that targets so many different audiences.
Behind the showroom lies the real engine of the business, where precision and performance come together.
So we have these special lifts right here that can carry or lift up these heavy bikes. Because this bike right here, the way it's outfitted, is about 100 pounds. This is a cargo bike. If you notice that this person right here is probably a mom who takes their child to school. And that's why she has this to protect the child from the elements, from cold wind and rain and stuff like that. It's got like a sort of warm blanket here. So it allows the mom to get to the school and not wait in the carpool line. She goes straight up to the door. The child hops out and she's on her way.
Incredible convenience, right? I've been stuck in those lines, 20 minutes.
Yeah, and plus it makes it fun for the kid. There's no expenses like gas and stuff like that.
Incredible.
Yes.
And so you have a specialized lift here. to lift these e-bikes, just like a car lift, right? But for the bike lift.
Yeah, it's electric lift for heavy bikes, exactly.
Amazing. And what's this bike getting? You just
Yeah, it
basic
looks like
service
brakes,
today, or
tires and brakes.
Tires and brakes.
Yeah.
Okay. Incredible. And how long does a maintenance, a routine maintenance, like is it in here for the day, a couple of hours, or?
So we try to have a quick turnaround because a lot of people like Joan here, she uses it daily, you know. So we do recognize it's an important part of her life, so we want to turn around and get it back to her quickly. This brand, Aventon, is one of our top brands, so we do stock all their parts, so to avoid any kind of delays. So for tires and brakes, we would have it in stock and get her back on the road the same day, if not the next day.
Okay.
E-bikes aren't just transportation anymore. They're becoming a part of everyday life.
So this lady is preparing for the winter. She bought snow tires for her cargo bike. These are special tires that are studded that can work in snow and ice.
So it's really all seasons, right? So I mean, it's 4 seasons. You know, as a cargo bike, it's something you're using for commuter transportation. I mean, you can fit it out to really accommodate all the different seasons, you know, to commute. So it's a permanent solution. It's not just recreation. This is a functional bike that's serving commuting, transporting kids, groceries. Like, it's a lifestyle.
Yes.
That you've really adopted, and a change in, instead of driving cars everywhere, a better, faster, more efficient way, more affordable way is e-bikes now.
That's right. That's
Incredible.
Right. Yes.
Rain, snow, you name it, shine. This is the bike that she's driving.
Yeah, there's actually an alarm on it too.
Great businesses are built by great teams, and here, skill and training make all the difference.
As you know, the e-bike industry is relatively new, so it's not I can just put an ad for e-bike technician and somebody will show up. I have to actually develop them myself. So I used a company in Canada to give me the training to diagnose and repair the bikes. So I had my mechanics go through that training to kind of develop them to be able to work on these bikes.
Yeah. Tell me about a day in the life of a chief mechanic.
Usually they've got bikes set out for me, or I try to find out what's going on. You know, we try to get out some quick bikes first, flat tires, anything we can get out to make more room. Then during the middle of the day, we do more complicated work, and then towards the end of the day, we'll build a few bikes that we need up in inventory.
So everything from assembly for new purchases to maintenance on the bikes that come in. So you manufacture the bikes, and then they're distributed here at different retail shops like Strictly e-bikes.
Correct, yes. Yeah, so Aventon is actually, we're vertically integrated.
Okay.
So we own all of our manufacturing. We have a headquarters out in Brea, California, kind of near Los Angeles. So yeah, we have these partners. They sign on to sell our bikes. We ship them out to them, and they sell them for us.
Amazing. And how long have you been working with Asif at Strictly e-bikes?
Coming up, probably going to be a year in March, about 8 or 9 months.
Okay, yeah. Amazing. It's great to see you here in the shop, and tell us about what has been your experience working with Strictly e-bikes in terms of volume and things that you're seeing that they're doing here.
Yeah. So Strictly e-bikes is definitely one of our top partners, especially in Virginia. Really interesting approach. They're doing an e-bike only approach, which is fairly new, I'd say, within like the last 5 years or so, with the boom of e-bikes and kind of carrying that out. So it's really cool to see this, doing really well and doing it really successfully. Asif and his team are great and really fun to work with, and really enjoy it.
Amazing. And tell us about where you see the industry going. Where are e-bikes going in terms of the growth in the industry?
Yeah, I mean, I think e-bikes, like I said, in the last 5 years or so have really taken off, and we're seeing kind of a pretty steady increase and rise in there. I think they're here to stay. Aventon's strategies, we want to be here, not only 2025, but 2035, 2045. So we want to be here for a while.
Amazing.
The e-bike industry is growing at an incredible pace, and this is just the beginning.
Okay, yeah, just exactly what you said. Europe and Asia are about 10 years ahead of us, so we can kind of see where they've come and where they're going to get an idea of how the industry here is going to evolve. But for the last several years, it's been like just rapidly growing, it's booming, and more and more people are getting into e-bikes. In the beginning, there was like a lot of curious people, but now it's becoming pretty mainstream where everybody recognizes what an e-bike is, and they know they can go much further and much faster if they get an e-bike. So we're getting all different types of people, from young college students to older grandmas who want to get back into riding.
Amazing. So the buyer profile has really expanded, where it's not just a specific persona, someone who's commuter. It's not a commuter purchase anymore. It's
Right.
everybody from kids, elderly, and recreation. So the purchasing approach has really grown. So the growth is now across demographics, across age groups,
Yes.
and they're all looking to buy e-bikes.
That's right.
Amazing. I read a statistic out there that the e-bike industry in the US is about a $2 billion industry, and it's actually expected to become an $11 billion industry within 9 years. And just really showing the growth of that, it's about a 15% annual growth rate that the e-bike industry is growing at. And just to put that in comparison, the GDP of the US is growing by 2-3% a year. So essentially, the e-bike industry is growing at 5 times the growth rate of the US GDP, which is astronomical growth that you're seeing.
The growth is so fast that I'm having trouble just like catching up, because in this first store, in the first year I grew it, I ended up listing a neighboring suite just to expand my repair business. And within a year, I outgrew that as well. So now I'm in the process of moving to a third bigger store, 1,000 square feet more, just to accommodate all the service bikes that I have in.
Incredible. And the demand is just continuing to grow. And you were mentioning that, like, from here, we're in Alexandria, Virginia. How far do you see some of your customers coming in? Where are they coming from for either purchasing or servicing?
So I've seen them come as far as from Pennsylvania and North Carolina to buy some bikes that they wanted, that they saw online, but they couldn't find a local dealer, and they didn't want to buy directly online. They wanted to buy from a bike shop. So that's the sales customers. Service customers are coming from an hour or 2 hours away because they can't find a place close to them. They bought the bike online on Amazon or something, and nobody wants to touch that bike. I'm not saying we do every single bike. We work on every single bike, but we do work on a lot of bikes, and we let them know ahead of time, you know, if it's something that we probably cannot do, because the problem with those Amazon bikes, there's not really good support and the parts are not really available.
How you see you want to have Strictly e-bikes available in all these different markets. What's your vision for the brand over the next couple of years for Strictly e-bikes?
In the next couple of years, I see it growing to like maybe 15 to 20 stores in all of the bike-friendly cities across the country. Wherever there's a good infrastructure for bikes, like trails and bike parking, bike signals, things like that, there's definitely going to be electric bikes there, because people are discovering they're much faster and go further on an e-bike. I see myself catering to all of those e-bike communities across the country.
Demand is rising and the model is proven. Now the focus is scaling through the right franchise partners.
What led you to kind of now decide to start to franchise your business?
Clearly that's the best way, where I'm not in charge of the day-to-day operations of each shop, and that will allow me to focus on just finding, investors and entrepreneurs of their local market and letting them run it.
Why is this a good industry, a good segment for an investor to invest in?
It's new, first of all, and it's rapidly growing. And there's all this talk about climate change and traffic congestion. So this, solves a lot of problems, not only for people who just want to get out and ride that haven't ridden in 20 years, but it allows people to commute in urban areas like Arlington, DC, Alexandria, where they don't need a car. They can use a trail system, and that will help everybody by, reducing the traffic congestion, less stress on the infrastructure, less emissions. So it's a win-win-win situation for everybody.
And who do you think a good franchise candidate would be good for this type of business?
I don't know if there's just one type, but somebody like me, somebody who loves bikes, somebody who loves being outside, who's business-minded and wants to make a positive change.
If I'm a franchisee, how can you support me in actually getting my location up and running? Like the operations, logistics, getting the launch going, finding the right location. What type of support or insights can you provide a franchisee?
I think we can do everything for them, all the hard work, let's put it that way. We'll do all the legwork, all the hard work, and we'll just basically give them a running business that already has a good reputation and an online presence. So hopefully they'll be getting customers from day one.
Well, this is definitely a great industry to, really that's booming, and there's a lot of great opportunity out there.
Strictly e-bikes isn't just about selling bikes. It's about creating a community, supporting riders, and empowering franchisees to grow with the brand. The future of commuting is electric, and the ride has only just begun. There are over 4,000 different franchise opportunities out there. To reduce your risk when picking a franchise, we provide you key insights and a great process to match you with the perfect opportunity. To learn more, click the link in our bio to schedule a free consultation today.